Okay, I'm going to show you how you can create a logo that looks similar to this. So I have numerous circles, and then I have letters layered on top of each other, okay? So we'll start by creating new in Pixlr. And then let's go ahead. I'm going to make this more of a square. So I'm going to just do 1200 by 1200 for my page size. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and start with a gradient background. So I'm going to click on my gradient here. And I'm just going to do gray, but this is a little bit of a too dark of a gray. So let's go a little lighter here. Maybe a light gray like that. And then I'm going to do the same over here. Just, whoops, I added a gradient step. Let's get rid of that one. And let's make this one just a little bit lighter gray too. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just drag a gradient across my screen. All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer, an empty one, and I'm going to start drawing my first shape. Okay, I'm going to use dark gray because notice I used kind of a dark gray out here. So you can use whatever color you want, but I used a dark gray and a blue. So let me see if I like this color. Okay, I'm going to use the same color for my foreground and my background, which means my fill color and my outline color. Okay, so I'm going to click on my shapes and I'm going to go up and choose the circle. Make sure your fill is turned on. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to draw a pretty big circle on my page. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and center it using my guides. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer right here. So I'm going to duplicate. And then I'm going to shrink the second circle, the duplicated one. Now, you don't want to hold shift because right now we are set to fixed, which means that when I grab a corner sizing handle, the height and the width will shrink in proportion. If I hold shift, notice it switches over to free, which allows me to smush, and we don't want to be able to smush, okay? So don't hold shift, go ahead and shrink your circle, center this using your guides, and then you're going to change the color, your fill color. So I'm going to go ahead and click. I used kind of a blue. You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to click on my paint bucket. I'm going to click on the circle, and it turns blue. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to duplicate because I'm going to go back to gray, so I'm going to duplicate my gray circle. I'm going to click my arrange button. I'm going to grab it. Again, don't hold shift. I'm going to shrink this down. I'm going to go ahead and center it using my guides. Whoops, I have my blue one there selected. Let me make sure I have the right one selected. I'm going to move this one actually to the top so it's in front. Now it's there and center it. And I think I'm going to shrink it a little bit more and then recenter it. And if you notice, I have my gray, my blue, my gray, I have another blue. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my blue layer here. I'm going to duplicate that. Whoops, duplicate that. I'm going to move my copy to the top. I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to recenter. Let's shrink it a little bit more. And now I have those layers. Now I'm ready to do my text, okay? So I'm going to click on T for text. I'm going to add my text. I'm going to change my color to white. I'm going to type my letter T. Let's edit T. Let's make that a lot bigger. Edit. All right, we'll try that for right now. And then let's figure out what font we want to use. There are so many cool fonts. I mean, just really kind of play around with the fonts and look around because I think you'll be surprised at how neat some of these fonts look as you go through them. I don't know what I want to use, but let me see. I don't want to go that far down. I think I was using something in this range, but I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm going to go with Regal Slab. Okay, and then I'm going to make my size a little bit bigger here. Okay, I'm going to move this. Whoops, let's try that. Move this. I'm going to duplicate it so I can do my S. Move this over. I will edit this. Click on text and edit. Type my S. And let's arrange these exactly where we want them to go. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I like my T on the top. And I'm going to merge those down so they become one layer so that if I do want to move them now, they move as one object. And then I went ahead and I put an outline on them. So I selected them. So I went to select pixels. Okay, and that'll give you the outline of those. And then I went to filter and I went to outline. And I'm just going to drag this box over to the side here. I changed my outline color to the same gray I've been using and clicked OK. You can adjust your size to whatever size you want and then click apply. And then while they are still selected, if you hold down your mouse, you can drag over, and that's how I got that look of the white. Now I can deselect, and it's a little sloppier than my original, so I probably would have done a little bit of a better job, but you get the idea, and that's how it's done. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, good luck and have fun.